Hello, friends. Good evening. My name is Rajendra Bhatia, and I'm here for decoding the NATA brochure. Before I further go ahead, please remember that once you like it, please subscribe it as well as give me a thumbs up. This is one of rare things that we are discussing. Friends, NATA brochure has become complicated for last 3 years, particularly once there was a lockdown and everything changed from the sketching to only the online examination based on the aptitude, the design aptitude. The syllabus, according to NATA, demands for elements and principle of design, aesthetic sensitivity, color theory, lateral thinking, logical reasoning, visual perception and cognition, graphics and imaginary, building anatomy, architectural vocabulary, basic techniques of building construction, knowledge of material, general knowledge, and current affairs. Friends, how they plan their question. The aptitude test of NATA, that is National um, Aptitude Test for Architecture, may comprise of question of multiple choice type. Then multiple select questions. Thirdly, preferential type choice type. Fourthly, numerical answer type. Match the following type MFQs. The question will carry 1 mark, 2 marks, or 3 marks, depending on the details it's demanding for. And of course, as there are three answers, there will be 3 marks, two answer, 2 marks, single answer, 1 mark. The medium of aptitude test will be essentially English language. Some question may be regional languages also. Criteria for assessment: NATA measures the aptitude of the applicant for the specific field of study, that is architecture, through assessment of cognitive skills, visual perception, aesthetic sensitivity test, logical reasoning, critical thinking ability, etc. Beside the learning that the candidate has acquired over past few years and is related to the specific field of the study, including the GK. Now, syllabus covered by Creative Edge. Friends, elements and principles of design, Indian art, history and artist, Western art, history and artist, history of architecture, architects of India and world, color theory, color perception, color emotion, blueprints of famous monuments, Gestalt principles. Now, remember one thing here, the blueprints of famous monuments. Remember one thing for the fact that earlier they used to only show the picture of the monuments and would ask the name of it. Now they have gone a little deeper into it for the fact that they ask for understanding the blueprints of those famous monuments. So remember, you have to get through with the blueprints, understand the blueprints, and then, of course, when they ask for logos and even ask to read some of the uh, drawings or paintings, then they ask for the Gestalt principle associated with it. Then, when they talk about the cognition, they give the visual cognition or visual perception. They give questions on riddles. That's what we cover in our syllabus alongside of the visual perception. 10th is architectural terminology, study of building materials, building system, and stages of construction. Friends, type of question that I want to present before you. There will be 25 questions based on the preferential answers, 3 marks each, visual elements and principles. An example of the question: indicate the three most important visual element principle used in the artwork given below. Horses by Maqbul Fiza Hussain is one of its kind. The lines were made directly with a paintbrush, just like the ink scroll paintings, allowing no opportunity for error. Also, the painting was completed in one sitting. The options given were hierarchy, movement, visual balance, and lines. Here, there was no hierarchy used. So the answers are B, C, and D. In, in this kind of answer, you may also choose your preferences to the answer. For example, some may like to put up visual balance as the first choice, which is not there. The right choice is firstly the movement, second the balance, the visual balance, and thirdly the bold lines. So that is where the answer has become in the sequence of B, C, and D. Different type of architecture. Question 2, choose one which is not a feature of Romanesque architecture. Round arches, decorative towers, sturdy pillars, barrel vaults. A, C, and D. Decorative decorative towers is not the choice in the type of the picture shown here. Okay, friends. Third question, select 3 correct options with reference to the given blueprint. Firstly, the name, Lakshmi Vilas Palace, the Khajuraho temples, made using sandstone. So actually, there are 2 choices of the name, made using sandstone, and then there are 2 more choices, Nagara style of architecture symbols. So B, the Khajuraho temple, C, made using sandstone, and D, Nagara style of architecture symbols. These 3 are the answer, and in the sequence written here only. Then again, another type of question, question 4, building system and stages of construction. Identify the 3 roof shapes from the given options. Now that is bent, mansard, gambrel, and pyramidal. B, C, and D again is the correct, whereas A is wrong. Bent is absolutely not a type of the roof. Type of question, there could be a question on logo as well. Now, friends, don't take that every part I am talking is going to appear in your examination, but these are the type they expect you to be ready. And that's what the Creative Edge is actually preparing you for. So here is a question on logo. And the type of Gestalt principle, law of simplicity, Slack's old logo, Microsoft old logo, and designed in 2013. So A, B, and D are the correct one. Microsoft never used this kind of a logo given on the right side. So there could be a question on logo, or at least we study that. Now there are 2 types of question written on this slide, which you can clearly see in the on the slide. 15 question of 2 marks each based on multiple selection question. Now here, very simply, NATA has done, how they have given similarly 4 choices, and you have to select 2 correct one, and that will give your preference. Okay, so identify the Gestalt principle satisfied by the given logo. The given small logo is Casella's logo. The law of closer continuity, proximity, and similarity. Incidentally, B and C, the law of continuity and the law of proximity are correct answer. Then another question based on the famous architects of India and world, who wouldn't know Sir B.V. Joshi, the only Pizzer awardee of India and the one who recently passed away. So there cannot be uh, ignorance of his work or his identity in NATA examination this year. And I believe that all the three attempts will have at least some part of Sir B.V. Joshi's, architect B.V. Joshi's work or question on it. Anyway, select the two works of B.V. Joshi from the given options. Hussain Doshi Gufa, Gandhi Ashram Ahmedabad, Aranya Low Cost Housing, British Council New Delhi. Answer A and C. Hussain Doshi Gufa and Aranya Low Cost Housing. Another type of question. This section has 10 questions, 1 mark each based on the multiple choice answers. What is common in given two paintings? Both are done by the same artist. Both are same size. Both are done in the same year. Both are stolen. The answer A by Amrita Sher Gill. Now, friends, here one may choose to answer what is written. Both are done by the same artist. You may not get 100% marks, although it is 1 mark only, but you should name the artist. And that's what you learn when you're doing this with Creative Edge. Then architecture terminology is the subject. Question 9 that I have framed here. A style within contemporary avant-garde architecture promoted as a successor to the postmodern architecture and modern architecture. Who am I? The answer is parametricism. 10th question is also on the same picture. Postmodern architecture is a style of movement which emerged in 1960s as a reaction against the austerity, formality, and lack of variety of modern architecture. Identify the building here. Casa Mila, Park Güell, Barcelona, Dancing House, Prague, none of the above. So the answer is third, that is C, Dancing House, Prague. So not only on the blue print, you may be questioned directly showing the building um, by its picture, and you have to identify the building. Now, visual perception, one of tricky riddle question. What can go through glass without breaking it? It can be simply a light. Very simple, tricky questions. Now I'm framing rather too simple a question. There may be a little more complicated but tricky question. Then memory-based question. Look at the picture for 30 seconds. Pay close attention to details and try to memorize the picture in your mind. What we do in Creative Edge, we give you a lot of practice with such visual aids and visual pictures, and then ask you to practice out how you work out, how many house doodles are there in this image. Now, there are ways of looking at image, taking some of the notes on the rough copy or rough paper that they allow. And then, of course, um, you can take a practice onto how to answer them. So answer number one can now read it, of course, in this slide very easily. There are 5 types of house doodles. You can find out here 1, 2, then going down 3, 4, and 5. Right, friends? But any which ways, this is how you work out. There could be other ways of asking question from the same visual. How many flying things are there? How many animals you see? How many living beings you see? how many birds you see, how many fishes you see, kind of things. So it is all based on the uh, visual perception and your mental aptitude of gathering the things fast. You actually don't memorize them. You take little notes in 30 seconds time. That's what we make you practice here. Friends, thank you very much for being with me. I'm sure you have liked the way we prepare you here. Do give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe the YouTube channel of Top Rankers Creative Edge. Thanks a lot. Any questions? I will be more than happy. Right now, I don't see any question. So let's say bye-bye and you can write down on the number that you have come across in case there is a question from your side. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.